Hi, I'm Ralph Jocham, and I'm a PhD, a professional Scrum trainer with Scrum.org. And today I would like to share what we consider what a good product owner should be. First of all, many teams don't really do Scrum because they don't live the roles correctly. So this is what we would have down here on the left-hand side. However, you could also be doing Scrum correctly as described in the Scrum guide, but still don't really live up to what we consider a good product owner to be. So here we would have a scribe. A scribe is often a person who writes down the requirements in the tool of choice. And then they pass it over to the development team so that they can implement it. So there's really no ownership of the product existing. And what I sometimes see is that I meet a person saying, well, I'm the product owner for this product, sometimes a business analyst, and they get a thick binder of specifications, and then they turn those into user stories and type them into Jira. The next level is what we call a proxy. A proxy is better, but still not really what we want from a product owner. Still, there is no ownership because as a proxy, you are a pass-through. So essentially, you would go to your stakeholders, clients, whoever they are, and ask them what they need. You will really try to do a good job to collect everything correctly, order it structured right, and then go with those informations to a development team. And they will ask questions. And then probably earlier than later, you will answer, wow, that's a great question. I don't know the answer, I'm afraid, but hey, I'll find it out for you. So you go back to the stakeholders and you ask them. You get the answer and you bring the answer back to the development team and say, wow, okay, now that's a great answer. So now we have two options and you can see where this is leading. So you go forward and backward all the time. So as a proxy, you are a pass-through, which means lots of information and delay. Often we see this role to be filled by a former project manager, a person who was responsible for gathering and running a project. However, in Scrum, there is no project manager. We have the product owner and the Scrum Master, essentially this role being put onto two people. The next level, which is far better, this is a business representative. That is a person who really knows the domain of the product and in which the product will be used. You ask a question and you will get the answer. That's great. So if I would do a medical product, I would like my product owner to be a doctor, a nurse, or somebody else who has medical training in that field. But often what I see with those business representatives, because they don't have budget power, they can't make budget decisions. Sometimes they say, I would stop developing here. I think we have enough product. Let's try it out first before we try to think about more features. Or sometimes they would say, hey, instead of this feature, I'd rather have the other one. It costs a little bit more, but this is money well spent. I can't make those decisions. So then this leads over to the next level, a sponsor. So a sponsor is for us a business representative who has budget power. And that's really great because then you really can own the product. You can really make all product related decisions. Maybe you realize, hey, the product is great. However, we will be late to the market. So let's spend some more money right now, bring up our velocity by maybe adding a few more development teams and be quicker on the market. Finally, we have what we call an entrepreneur. So what's the difference between a sponsor and an entrepreneur? Technically, I don't see there is a difference. Mindset, there's a big difference. An entrepreneur, you have a specific mindset. Let's say you have a product idea and you really are convinced this product is going to be great. So let's say you take a loan on your house, you liquefy all your assets you have accumulated over time, and you found a startup. And then you will do everything it takes to be successful. You have this entrepreneurial mindset. You won't give up. You will struggle day in, day out to be successful. Hopefully, at the end, you will be. Maybe you won't. But you did everything which was in your power. So an entrepreneurial mindset, that's really the best you can hope for in your product owner. Sometimes I get the questions, well, I work for a large enterprise. I can't be an entrepreneur. Well, you can't be an entrepreneur technically. However, you can still have and act as an entrepreneur within your enterprise. Go the extra yard at the end of the day. Ask the right questions, the tougher questions maybe, and even enter into zones which are really comfortable for you. However, this is what you would do as an entrepreneur. So I hope you enjoyed this short video about what we consider a good product owner to be here at Scrum.org. And I'm Ralph Jocham, and I would be happy to see you in one of my Scrum trainings. Bye.